Oh, I'm about to introduce you to my girlfriend, Kathy. She's in the Orlando area. Oh my gosh. Who wouldn't want to live near Disney World? Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. We're about to talk all things Disney and the Orlando area with my girlfriend, Kathy Williams. Stay tuned. So let me introduce you to my friend, Kathy Williams. Kathy, I want everybody to meet you, so the show is yours. How are you today? And let everybody know who you are.
Hi, I'm Kathy Williams, Orlando Realtor. I have a YouTube channel called Kathy Williams Orlando Real Estate. So that's been really fun. And that's actually how Angel and I met, is through the YouTube for Agents group. And yes, it was so fun. And I've been a realtor in Orlando for just over 6 years. I have a team of a buyer's agent, a transaction coordinator, a marketing assistant, and myself, who serve our clients in the greater Orlando area. So it's considered Central Florida, right smack dab in the middle of Florida. And there's about 4 counties that we serve in the Orlando.
Okay, so that's actually one of my first questions. So if somebody's not buying in Orlando, obviously we all think of Orlando, we think of Disney, right? And all of the activities that are bringing us there as tourists. But if somebody's not buying in Orlando, there are lots of surrounding cities and or counties there, right?
Yes, absolutely. Orlando is a huge, huge area, and there's a lot of great suburbs that connect with Orlando. So you can go north and go to like Winter Park or Maitland or Lake Mary. You can go west and go out to Ocoee or Winter Garden, or even out to Clearmont, which is a little further west. South, going towards Disney, you can go towards St. Cloud, Kissimmee. There's a really new hot area called Lake Nona. So there's a lot of really great areas. Lake Nona.
Lake Nona? No?
Like, yes.
Like Nona or No?
Nona.
Oh, like an aunt, like what is it? I think it's an Italian grandma.
Nani.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Nona. Like, yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that area is really booming, and it's a newer area. And Disney actually announced last year that they are bringing 2,000 employees out and opening up a whole new campus there in Lake Nona. So it's booming out there.
As I understand it, a lot of those people are coming from the Disney here in California. That's the lowdown that I know. Here's another question I have for you. So if somebody is moving there and they don't work in the service industry, Disney, or anything that related, what other industries are in your area that you service?
That's a great question. Yeah, a lot of industries. Some of the biggest growth industries right now are in the tech field and the medical field. So the medical field is booming. Again, if I'm just going to pick on Lake Nona for a minute, they have the VA Center is a brand new VA. Well, it's not brand new. It's a few years old, but it's a huge, beautiful state-of-the-art VA center, clinic, and hospital. And then Nemours Children's Hospital is out there, which is a huge state-of-the-art, again, children's hospital.
Okay.
And then there's also UCF has their medical school out there. School of Medicine is out in Lake Nona.
So what is UCF?
University of Central Florida.
University of Central Florida, because I'm thinking University of California. I'm like, no, that's the wrong state. Okay, University of Central Florida. Okay, so it's medical, it's tech. I mean, there's a lot of other industries besides the service industry that are bringing people to California, to Florida. Yes. By the way, you are still letting Californians in, right? Like there's a lot of us coming there.
Yes, of course. Last year I worked with several. I'm thinking it was only about 3 families from California that I worked with last year. But yes, I already have a new family right now that I'm working with that's moving from California. I have several that are in the wings. So I had quite a few that reached out to me last year that are just in the process of trying to get their jobs to transfer them or to, go virtual, because a lot of companies have allowed people to go virtual and then they can just live anywhere, right? So that's been great. And then, some people just looking for jobs out here so that they can, move out here. And a lot of people do. It is true, though. A lot of people may have other jobs that have nothing to do with Disney, but they do like to move out here because of Disney.
Yeah. Well, there's so many. Okay. So even if you're not working for the mouse, there's a lot of subsidiary service industries that are related to working for the Mouse House. I mean, it's just the way it works. That's why Anaheim and Orlando are just such, booming communities because it's related to their, it's the gardening, it's the service, it's the food, it's the, there's just a ton. So now here's another question. So if you're like an entrepreneur, like say you have, because we all love your governor, right? We all love DeSantis. He's DeSavage, right? We just love that guy. He's had quite a career. So if you are like an entrepreneur, like he was, is that something that is, welcomed in Florida?
Oh my goodness, yes, absolutely. There's a lot of room for entrepreneurs, especially right now with all the growth. So there's a lot of areas that are new, like Lake Nona is brand new. Another area that's booming and new is, well, it's not all new, but there's parts of it that are new, is Winter Garden.
It got new life, basically, with all of us moving there. Is that what you're saying? Like, it's not a new area, but it's getting new life because there's more eyeballs on it now. Is that what you
No, it's actually, they developed all these old orange groves out there into huge, subdivisions. So same thing with Lake Nona. It used to be just nothing out there, farmland and parks and stuff like that, and now it's all developed. So literally this one part of Winter Garden, there was nothing out there. It was just orange groves. And so it's a whole new area called Horizon West, and there's just lots of new development out there. It's gone up in price a lot, but what I'm getting to is in that area, so many opportunities for entrepreneurs to start businesses because there's so many people living out there, and they need restaurants, they need shops, they need ballet studios, they need, all the things that people need when they move, nail salons, hair salons, everything, because that's all the people. When you think of all the homes, when people look at commercial, they look at roofs. How many roofs are in the area? And that's how they decide if they should
bring our Mexican restaurant there, because there's enough Californians there that are going to eat this type of Mexican food. Because we're very specific about our Mexican food, let me tell you.
I know we have good Mexican, but we don't have California Mexican. We have okay Mexican here.
Yeah, I know. I was there and I was like, well, they tried. That was nice.
Bless their hearts.
Bless their heart. Now, isn't that the truth? Bless their little heart. By the way, before we forget, if somebody is not finding you on YouTube, where else might they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Kathy L.J. Williams, or on Facebook at Kathy Williams Orlando Real Estate.
Okay, so it's all kind of tied in. Really all we have to do is type in Kathy Williams Orlando, and you're probably going to pop up.
Probably.
So now that we are, we've moved to Florida, we're settling in, what would be the biggest adjustment that we Californians would need to know about moving and living in Florida? Any?
Oh yeah, I think there's a lot of adjustments actually. I think so, because it's very humid. And
it's dry as a bone here. It is like when it's 103, it's dry 103.
Yeah, and it's a hot, wet 103 here. And I think that's a huge one because people talk about their hair a lot. Their hair gets frizzy in Florida, and I have really pretty much straight hair, so it doesn't matter what temperature I'm in. It turns out kind of the same. But yeah, the humidity is a killer, especially in the summer. This time of year, it's fabulous. It's wonderful. It's it's January.
You're sleeveless, I see. You're sleeveless, and it's January 2022. What's your temperature today?
Well, I think it's in the 70s, because when I was out earlier, I was like, ooh, I wish I had a jacket, because even though 70s is not cold, I know, but when you're in Florida, it feels cold, right? You're used to 85, 90. So that's a big one. I think that's a huge one. The other thing people have to get adjusted to a little bit is the rain. And when we have our summer rainstorms, people sometimes think, oh my gosh, what's going on? It's because sometimes it can feel like it's worse than a hurricane, the rain that can come through and it just pour. And then it's over in 5 minutes. It's not like it's days for days on end. It rains in the afternoons usually, and it pours down rain. And the good part about that is it tends to cool it off a little bit, or make it more humid, whichever way you want to look at it.
But how you fix that? You just go to the beach. You just go to the beach.
Yeah, you just go to the beach. You hang out by the pool. You stay inside during the heat of the day. Just work it out. So it's definitely something I think people have a hard time getting used to. But probably the top two questions I get people that ask me, especially for some reason, California people always ask me this.
We're a little persnickety about things like that.
Well, it cracks me up because the one that I get asked the most is about hurricanes. And,
That was my next question.
does Orlando get hit by hurricanes? How bad are the hurricanes in Orlando and all those things? And I always kind of say to these California people, I'm like, we usually get, a week or two notice that a hurricane's coming. And so you have time to prepare and get ready and do whatever you want to do. If you want to hunker down and shut the windows and all the stuff. I said, in California, an earthquake could happen at any moment, any second. And you're asking me about a hurricane that we get told about weeks in advance.
But an earthquake is like over. We're maybe 30 seconds of terror, right? Looking for something to hide in or under, and then it's over. Hurricanes are like, and it rained for 13 days, and there was no water, no electricity, and we're like, holy crap, how are we going to deal with that?
That is
okay. Do you have to get hurricane insurance? Like in California, we have earthquake insurance, which, praise the Lord, a lot of people, in my community don't need on a regular basis, like Northern and Southern California might. Mm-hmm. But do you have hurricane insurance?
In Central Florida, not so much, because in Central Florida, the way it works is that as soon as the winds hit land, they slow down. And yes, power can go out. Right. The new communities, they're building all the power underground. So usually if you're in a newer home, new community, you're not going to have any issue with that. It's the older communities that have the problems with the power.
That is a good tip, Kathy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is a fantastic tip.
The second question that I get asked all the time is about gators, because gators are, all over Florida. Any body of water can have a gator.
You have a great video about the gators. Tell people about that.
Okay, I do have a video that talks about the top reasons, things to know about before you move to Orlando, and I think it's in that video.
Right.
I do have another one where we talk about the top suburbs of Orlando, where I talk about Winter Garden and Lake Nona and all of these subdivisions that are around. So those are good ones. I have one recent one is Lake Nona versus Winter Garden, which is better. So that's a fun one.
I'm going to watch that one because I want to see what Lake Nona looks like.
Yeah.
Are you actually on the lake, or is it just called Lake Nona because there was a lake there and now there's houses?
There is actually a lake there called Lake Nona.
So one final question. So when you're not selling real estate, and I watched you on Instagram, you were hanging out at Disney Springs with your team over the holidays. That was fabulous. But if you're not doing those cool things, what else might we find you doing when you're not selling real estate?
Great question. Well, I am an outdoorsy person. I love being outdoors. So you can find me either golfing, you can find me paddle boarding. I love to hike, which I know people don't associate hiking with Florida, but there's some
not at all.
Yeah, there's some beautiful, like Jurassic Parky looking hikes in Florida. Yeah, some really pretty ones. So I love doing that. I love going to the beach. Obviously, the beach is a great thing to do too. Love that. Just outdoorsy stuff. I like to bike. Walk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just being outside.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on here. And I love that my followers now get to know you a little bit more, and they can find you on YouTube, Kathy Williams, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'm very happy to, serve any of your clients that are coming this way. I would love to speak with them. Just send them my way, Angel.
Yes.
And yes, you're welcome to check out my YouTube channel, anyone, and just, reach out to me if you have any questions about the Orlando area.
I love it. Thank you so much, Kathy. Mwah. God bless you.
Oh, God bless you too. It was great to see you as well. Bye-bye now.
Okay, bye. So what do you think? Let me know if you think the Orlando area is where you might want to call home if you're leaving California. I'm telling you, she is fantastic. She's funny as all get out, and I'm loving that you're here. Leave me a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we're here every week. You'll be here too.